Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. Sitting next to me is Mike Brenner. This is the NBA Odds Couple show for Friday, May 6th. Mike Brenner, yesterday was a tough game to suss out, but you gave us, I think, the best pick we could possibly have asked for. I know I tailed it. I'm sure a lot of our viewers tailed it, and it turned out to be a winner.
And it was my 300th pick of the year, so it ended up being a winner. And with that, let's throw the record up.
I also wound up tweeting the second half winner, though.
Yes.
Wound up tweeting a Miami pick'em on the second half. That one cashed
Speaking of second half tweets in NBA, what's that record, Pistol
Overall,
Pete?
15-4, 3-3 on sides, and on totals, 12-1.
Wow. Tune in, viewers, to Pistol Pete's tweets.
My Twitter account is P Loshak. P-L-O-S-H-A-K. Twitter, 15-4.
That was a good showing yesterday, and I don't know what Toronto's going to do when they go back to Miami, but you know.
Well, let's jump into it. We got two more interesting games here, two tough game threes. Let's start with Cleveland, Atlanta. Now in game two, a lot of the people who think they know what they're talking about but don't really, including me and the Birdman here at SBR, thought that Atlanta getting 7.5 was a good bet. You were all over Cleveland, and you were all right on that one. Now here we have this one. I'm still I'll tell you, there is
scratching that head too much, Pistol Pete.
Cleveland is a small road favorite, minus 2.5. Total is 198.5 or 199. Is Atlanta going to be able to do anything to stop Cleveland? Because on this one, if they get a cover, they basically have to win the game or come damn close, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I don't see it happening, Pete. I've got one call on this game, and it's Cavs on the game.
Wow.
I'm taking it. Minus the 2.5. Is it still 2.5?
Well, the Chris books, weirdly, which is a sharp book, right?
Okay.
The Chris books are hanging 2.
Really?
So they apparently have a lean to Atlanta. And the weird thing about these lines, all the sharp books have leans, but they all have a different lean, which is kind of weird. We'll get to those soon in the other one. But on this one, the Chris books have a lean for whatever reason they want Atlanta money, and they have -2, so we can give you Cleveland -2, the Chris line.
I'll take it. I mean, I don't think I'm going to need it, but I'm going to take it anyway. They're going to get the outright win. I'm just telling you, they got mentally into the heads. Kyle Korver said, I don't think anybody can stop them.
Yeah.
All right, and if that's being said, because again, they set the NBA record for threes, this team is focused, they're on fire, and they match up very good against Atlanta. That's why they dominate them. It's the matchup underneath.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, they're going to bring it again today. LeBron is coaching this team up, and he is telling them, we got to get done in 4. We need the rest because they know the Heat's around the corner. It ain't going to be Toronto. And if it is Toronto, trust me, they're going to be hurting. But I love it, Pete. I'm pulling the trigger. I'm going heavy. Cavaliers on the game, -2, and I also have them on a teaser, but I'll get to that later.
But you don't like them on the first half, -0.5? Why not? Okay.
Because if Atlanta's got anything, they're going to have to empty it early with their home crowd. I don't know. Cleveland could cover it, but I'm just sitting back. I'm going to enjoy the full game.
And here's what I'm thinking about. We know what Cleveland does. They chuck up a lot of threes, and they're damn good at it, right? Yeah. Why wouldn't they do the same thing here? Why would it not be just as successful? I'm thinking that maybe the Cavs team total overs, which is just 50 on the first half and 101 on the full game, would also be good bets. Why would they not be?
I would think on the game, but the first half, I don't know, Pete. And again, you're the totals guy, and I respect that. But my mind's telling me mentally that Atlanta might come out on fire, and I think Cleveland might go to a slow-down type of defense in the beginning just to kind of figure it out and feel them out. I don't know. You might be on there.
All right, that's what I'm thinking about. Then let's move on to the Spurs and OKC, and of course the Spurs dominated game 1, and then game 2
they kicked that ass, baby.
And then game 2 was the crazy, wacky game with the ending where OKC wound up getting the win. And this one is also
in San Antonio. Oof.
OKC has right now the line is Spurs -2. Heritage, though, another one of the sharp books with leans, is leaning San Antonio. They have 2.5, and then with the total, the total's 200.5. But the Greek, another one of these sharp books, is hanging 200, so they're leaning under. What do I think here? My sense is I'm vaguely leaning towards the over, and specifically the first half. The first half over is 95 or 95.5.
Kind of like that, because OKC is going to come out running early, and obviously the Spurs are going to have to match that intensity.
Right. So what's your take on Spurs OKC?
Well, all I know is this LaMarcus Aldridge. Why didn't he do this in Portland? And if he did, I didn't see it. But probably 33 of 44. Well, it's the cast around him. They make him. Yeah, it's the system. Popovich system makes you a better player. But 33 of 44 in 2 games. He's throwing up 38 and 41. Dion Waiters, though, he said it well. He said, hey, we can keep letting them score because one man will not beat us. All right.
Right.
You know what my play is on this, Pistol Pete? I'm taking the Thunder on the first quarter +0.5, and then I'm backing the hell off.
Wow, really?
Love it, yes.
Wow.
Absolutely love it. I think the Thunder comes out early and often, and then from there, that's when Popovich's strategy will take place.
Okay, you found a half because I saw a +0.5 for the half line.
Yeah, no, I got it on +0.5 for the first quarter.
Okay.
Sure did. +0.5.
Wow.
and I like that. I just think that early advantage, similar to Toronto at home, just is going to bode very well, especially with them coming off that win the other day. So they know they can beat this team.
Yes.
So they're going to come out early and try to establish the pace. All right. They want to dominate their game. They don't want to play Popovich's game.
Yeah.
And I love it early in the first quarter.
All right, and I am going to go with the first half over 95, which is weird because the full game total is 200.5. So
that is a little.
Well, I mean that happens a lot with NBA totals, but it's sometimes very telling, which indicates that the under might be a good play. But I'm taking the first half over 95. All right.
And if I were, I am a gambler. If I was a bettor, I'd say you're probably going to be tweeting that second half too, Pistol Pete.
I might be tweeting the second half, but again,
I'm going to be
my pick on this one. Look, if I was a betting man, I would take the over. Wait a minute. That was a good
I am a gambler.
Oh my gosh, yes, I am going to take the first half over 95. All right.
Love the confidence, Pistol Pete.
Yeah, as far as second half plays, these are tricky games, but I could easily see myself giving a 1, 2, or 3 second half plays on these. Let's go to Jordan Sharp to get.
Well, real quick before we go to Jordan, hold on. I want to also say something. Pistol Pete, you have quietly for 2.5 weeks done nothing but produce in the NBA. Hey, fist bump. No, seriously, hats off to you.
Yes,
because you don't brag about it, you don't gloat, but you know what? You came out of that slump, you dug out of that hole, and you're producing.
Absolutely, and the key is to know what you're looking at and what you're thinking about. And some, what my winner yesterday. Sometimes I'm like handicapping, and I'm like, all right, I think I know what I'm seeing here. Yesterday, I was like, you know what? I think Mike's right. I'm handicapping Mike, and I'm just going to tail his pick, and that counts as a winner. Right?
It does. Well, it's like if you do research and you're grabbing information, why not do it this way?
I did do my research.
If anything, it's smart.
I listened to what you had to say.
And
that was my research.
And we took his money.
And I beat the book. All right, so let's go to Jordan Sharp. Jordan Sharp, we have 2 very, very interesting games here. 2 games that could, in retrospect, wind up looking like they had huge betting value. The key is we want to be on them before tip-off so that we can bet them. What's your take on Cleveland, Atlanta to start?
We were talking about yesterday the Miami-Toronto total and how I believe it was 188 when we talked in the morning, and we said, "Oh man, I just don't want to touch this game with a 10-foot pole." What did the total end up at? 188.
Well, because of overtime. In retrospect, the under was the play there.
Yep.
Yeah, but I kind of feel the same way about this entire Cleveland-Atlanta game because even though I want to lean towards my guy Money Mike here and lay the points here with the Cavs on the road because I do think that they will come out and continue that momentum. I think they figured out playing a little bit smaller against this Atlanta team is one of the ways to beat them. But they have so much they can do. They can play big, out-rebound them. They can play small, outrun them, and shoot them to death. I just don't know what kind of Atlanta team we're going to get. Are we going to get the desperate Atlanta team? Or get the Atlanta team that lays down? I don't really know, and that's why I'm kind of laying off this game entirely. I'm much more confident in San Antonio and Oklahoma City.
Let me ask you one question, though. Cleveland obviously, really impressing people, soberingly impressive on offense. So is there any reason not to expect the exact same thing from Cleveland here? Is Atlanta going to be able to, do you expect Atlanta stylistically, like clamp down on defense in a major way and be effective at it? Because if not, what about the Cleveland team total overs?
Yeah, if you're on the right track, I think if you're going to bet a total on this one, it would be the Cleveland team total, and I think Mike's on the right track. If you're going to bet the spread, I think it is Cleveland tonight. But there is that possibility. Atlanta does have a very good defense. It just doesn't show up from night to night, and also it might not show up because it's the Cleveland Cavaliers. So I just don't know. That's why I go back and forth on this game a lot. I'm just kind of laying off of it. It's one of those. What does Mike say? It's a 10-foot pole game, baby. I just can't get anything going with this one.
And I got to jump in here also because Jordan, I saw last night in that Toronto game how important Damari Carroll was for the Hawks, and he's not there anymore. That difference, all right, with him not being there is why I really feel confident that the Hawks have this team's number. And Millsap, Horford, Teague, they're just being nothing but inconsistent. So I think LeBron is just a seasoned enough vet to know, hey, look, we got to go in here, we got to grab this game, and we got to do it with authority. So that loss of Damari Carroll has not been, they have definitely not substituted somebody to take his place. And Budenholzer even said it. He said, hey, we got to go back home and figure this out. So this is not the same Atlanta team from last year, and I still think the Cavs are going to get it done.
All right, Jordan Sharp, what's your take on the Spurs OKC? Stylistically, what do you expect? And in terms of betting value, what do you think we might recommend for us?
So we haven't really seen it in the playoffs from this Oklahoma City team, but during the regular season, they played a lot faster at home than they played on the road. And I expect that tonight because I don't think and we talk about it all the time, teams trying to get in a half-court battle with the San Antonio Spurs and superior half-court teams. It's just not going to work. You cannot beat this team by playing a slow-down pace. That's what they want. That's exactly, you're playing right into the hands of Greg Popovich with that. They need to get out and run. This team is bigger. They need to force the Spurs to go smaller. I think that means they're going to play a little bit up in pace tonight. They really need Russell Westbrook to get out, put some pressure on this transition defense. I think the over's the play in this one tonight. It's probably my lone pick on tonight's slate. I really like 200 and a hook. I think it's a very, very good play. You already seen this total go up from, I think, 199 is where it opened. Following the sharp money, I really like the over tonight. I'm expecting probably, if not both teams to get into the hundreds tonight, I expect at least one of them to be in the mid to upper 100s tonight.
Hey, guys, there's a big factor that not a lot of people have talked about that is one of the reasons Oklahoma City won that game the other night. Steven Adams, 17 boards, quietly got it done. They have got to go to him again tonight. He's got to make his presence known underneath if they're going to have any chance in beating this team. Any thoughts on Steven Adams, and is that even a prop bet for his boards?
Yeah, I've been claiming, I've already cashed one Steven Adams prop bet so far. Also, just shameless self-promotion here. I am 10-3-1 in my last 14 prop betting picks.
Put it out there, buddy. Put it out there.
Is that true?
So, yes, we're going after it tonight here. But I will be interested in Steven Adams props. But they also have been playing him and Enes Kanter a lot on the floor at the same time, which is a really interesting strategy. I've been clamoring for that basically all season. You know, Billy Donovan still kind of figuring out this NBA thing as he goes, learning as he goes along here. But yeah, I agree. Adams has been absolutely crucial. He's very, very important to stopping the San Antonio front court, and he's going to have another big game here tonight.
Fantastic.
All right, sounds good. So let's see. Let's review our pick. Yeah, I mean, God. The Cavs have won 10 straight playoff games against the Hawks.
I know.
And now they're just -2. Just the line doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. And I would normally think, God, that stinks of staying off of it. But it's just that LeBron James effect. And it might go south on me, but I just really think because he knows they need that extra rest, they're going to come out hammering. Why stop now? They didn't take the pedal off the metal in the second half the other night. I don't think they're going to try to stop taking the pedal off the metal in Atlanta. Go Cavs,
So,
baby.
Mike Brenner, review all your picks for us.
Okay, I got the Cavs on the game -2 because of my line shot for Pistol Pete. I got Oklahoma City Thunder on the first quarter plus a half, and I got a 2-team teaser. I'm taking the Cavs. It'll knock it down to -1.5.
Yes.
Okay, with Oklahoma City getting 6.
No, the Cavs plus 1.5.
Plus 1.5, excuse me, and Oklahoma City getting 6.5.
Getting, only Heritage has 2.5.
Okay, well, then I'll get it 6.
But we can give you the Heritage line.
Let's give me the Heritage line. Let's do it.
You can take the Heritage line and then take,
I think OKC will be, I don't know if they're going to get the win, but I think they'll just battle it out, and I think it's going to be a close game. So 3 picks total, a 2-team teaser, Cavs on the game, and OKC Thunder on the first quarter. Let's cash them. Let's beat that bookie's ass.
Okay, and I'm going to take Spurs OKC first half over 95, and then, I'll tell you on the Cavs, -2. Why not? I mean, the line just doesn't make any sense, but you think that it's going to be another win.
I do. I think they're just going to pour it on, Pete. I mean, I would. I mean, if I were coaching that team or playing for that team, why stop the momentum?
Right. Okay, I'll do it. Cleveland Cavaliers -2 will be my second pick. Jordan Sharp, thanks so much for all your info as always, and I think we got it.
I think so, too. Let's get it done. Let's beat that book, guys.